Good afternoon. Good afternoon from beautiful Miami. My name is Maryam Isa Al Ali Zastipil. I put God first. This is my story and I have a purpose. I help others embrace their authentic self to serve a bigger purpose. Everything I do in my life, from the minute I wake up in the morning to the minute I go to sleep at night, is a service of something bigger than who I am.
And my name is Alexander Zastipol, and my purpose is to bring out the strength in others so they can take full control of their life and gain all rights to their existence.
And today's topic is about time to talk about it, right? It's about celebrating your wins. Mariam and Alex, we're not talking about goals and purpose today. Of course, this is our by default topic every day. But the reason we are talking about celebrating your wins is, if you agree with me, if we are on the same page, I believe we are already in June of 2022, right? January, February, March, April, May, and June. June is about to say goodbye. Okay? June is about to say goodbye to you guys right now. And here's the thing, like many people at the moment, they are not even, they think that they have not accomplished anything with their goals. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you did. What if you actually have accomplished more than you thought that you actually did? What if you actually got to the thing that you desired? You got maybe one step out of a million steps, but you got one step closer. That's why we're talking about celebrating your wins today.
Yeah, and for sure. So here's the thing: if you're not acknowledging these things, guess what? You are making 0 steps out of a million. So you're not getting anywhere. Okay? So you need to realize that you are moving forward in a forward direction, because unless you're intentionally like trying to move backwards and trying to distract yourself and listening to exactly what the devil's saying and trying to veer yourself off track, if that's your intention, then this definitely isn't for you. If your intention is to have a worse life, to have a lot of setbacks intentionally, if your intention is to have a lot of fear in your life, then this isn't for you.
Right.
But if you want less fear, if you want to overcome your challenges, if you want to keep moving forward in a forward direction, if that's your intention, then this is definitely for you. So we're going to be going over celebrating your wins today. We go live every single Tuesday at noon Eastern and 8 p.m. 8 p.m. UAE time. Noon Eastern, 8 p.m. UAE time. And we bring you content and value to help you grow and expand and become a better version of yourself and really realize who you really are.
Yeah. And you guys, Alex mentioned, like, the reasons we're doing this because we've been through many of these different topics. And the reason we talk about them is because we know what happens when we do them or we don't. And whatever we're sharing with you guys is our own personal experiences and how it helped us get through all the challenges that we faced, in addition to what we had to do to overcome that. And nothing that we are going to be sharing or we've been sharing, it's not something that we didn't do ourselves. So let's go ahead and talk about the topic.
Let's do it.
So when we talk about celebrating the wins, and you guys, if you know us, you know that we like to look up the definition of the words, because when you look up the definition of the words, you get to understand a lot of it. So winning is literally you have a successful result in one or more aspect of your life. So when I say I have a win, it means I have a successful result towards something you wanted to get into, a goal, a target, something you wanted to do or to accomplish, right? So winning means that you actually got the result. Winning literally means got the result. For example, if someone say, oh my God, my win is that I have closed the deal. Great. Do you have the money in your bank account? If the money is in your bank account, it's a win. If it's not in your bank account, you have to do some follow-up here, right? So that's what it is. So this is what winning means. Looking at the word celebrate or celebrating, I looked it up and I was amazed. Celebrate means honor. When I say celebrate your wins, it means honoring the results you got. Honor them. Honor the accomplishment. Honor them. Celebrate them. Love them. Go after them, right? So today we're going to be talking about celebrating your wins. Now that we have clarified the definitions, for you guys to go ahead and see how we can help you with that. So Alex, what should people celebrate?
Well, here's the thing. Don't you love celebrating in the first place? Okay. And sometimes we get trapped. Sometimes we start going the other way. And what we're going to do is share with you the reasons why you should celebrate your wins. Because sometimes we're like, oh, I don't deserve it. It's not for me. I need to keep on actually moving forward and do all these other things before I celebrate. So we're going to clear this all up for you. And the first reason why you should celebrate your wins is very important. Okay, it is to trigger momentum. Okay, and if you study successful actions of successful people, you will find that they have a massive amount of momentum. It is just like a brute force moving forward of momentum. Okay, but how do they get that in the first place? It is a constant push and refusing not to have this type of situation and celebrating their wins to gain that momentum. So an example, if like you said you could close a deal, or it could be something simple as you woke up this morning, right? You should celebrate that. And it can be something little like that, celebrate that. Or you could celebrate a big target that you hit. Maybe you hit $1 million in income this year. Maybe you hit 100,000. Maybe that's a bigger target for you right now. And it's just a matter of your reality, okay? And making sure that it's something a little bit bigger too, okay? So what we do is we celebrate our wins so we can continue the momentum. Because once you have that momentum, never let go of it, okay? Because if you do, it is very hard to get that momentum back.
Yes.
So that's the first reason is ensuring that we continue momentum or start momentum, okay? In a very speedy way.
Wow. Momentum, guys. I mean, I learned this from also Grant Cardone. When I went to Cabo and I with the Cardone Mastermind, and I asked him one question. I was like, Uncle G, like tell us about momentum. And he said, once you gain momentum, use it. Any momentum, use it. Someone contacted you, contact them back, contact 10 more people. 10 people contacted you, go reach out to 100. Once you grab momentum, keep hitting it, right? And that's what happens when you understand that you have a purpose. You know what is your purpose, and you understand with that purpose. Once you actually get purpose, you continue with it. I help many people find their purpose, right? But not many people are executing on their purpose because they're not gaining that momentum, right?
Yeah.
So that's beautiful. So first of all, target your momentum. The second thing that you should do to celebrate your wins is when you celebrate your wins, you keep your eyes on your accomplishment. You keep tracking your accomplishments, no matter how big or small. As we said, maybe it is one step toward in comparison to 1 million step yet to come, right? It doesn't matter how many steps are yet to come. Did you take the first step, the second step? Maybe you are in June, you say, you know what, Mariam, I've been trying to open my business this year. Great, what did you do so far? Nothing so far. Nothing, not even one thing. Well, I got to reserve the name of the company. Great, what else? I got to know the process of hiring people. Great, but Mariam, I didn't hire anyone yet. Celebrate the fact that you gained knowledge about something that you can do. Celebrate the fact that you are still here, that you are still working on it. You didn't give up. Alex mentioned today in the accountability group another quote by our mentor, Grant Cardone. He said, what was it about failing and not quitting?
You cannot fail if you don't quit.
You cannot fail if you don't quit. You can't. It's not a failure if you're not quitting. It's when you quit, that's when you actually failed.
Yeah.
But if you kept on failing and rising, failing and rising, failing and rising some more, that's not quitting, right? And when you get to celebrate your wins, you get to see that track. When you woke up this morning, celebrate it by gratitude. Every single morning, Alex and I, we celebrate our gratefulness. I go outside here on the balcony and I say what I'm grateful for. That's a celebration. I woke up. Other people didn't wake up this morning, guys. And I'm not saying this to bring any negative energy here. It's just a fact. We are here for a specific period of time in this physical forum, right? in this physical form, at this time and space. You are here for some specific reason. So what are you tracking? Are you actually tracking your accomplishment? No matter what it is, guys. Even though, yes, it's been 6 months, you didn't accomplish yet, but I'm sure you have got something a step closer to it. So celebrate that. So this is what you should be winning, because you should be celebrating, because you keep a track with your accomplishments.
I could not agree more, and it is like vitally important that you do this.
Yeah.
Because guess what most people are doing right now? They are celebrating everybody else's wins. What do I mean by this? You're looking at everybody else's Instagram posts, admiring the life that they're living. Why aren't you doing it yet? Okay, where are you putting your attention? Are you putting your attention on your own life, your own wins, and like narrowing your focus on where you are going? In my accountability group, we specifically have a tracker that tracks all of this. And the intention of this is to make sure that they're putting their attention on what they are doing right and what they want to do better in.
Yeah.
They are going to put their attention straight towards it. But I make sure that they put things that they are already doing right on there so they can see that, because that is a win, and that is what you're putting your attention on. If you keep on putting your attention on all of the negative things, your energy will be drained. Okay, if you're constantly thinking about all the things that are going bad in your life, all the negative things, all of the things that are happening in this world right now, right? There's so many things going on. Of course, you know all of them. I hope, right? I hope you're aware of them at least. But here's the thing: when you start putting your attention on those wins, and tracking your results, tracking what you are doing in your life, you are going to be more excited. You're going to be more fulfilled, because you're going to actually realize that you're already doing a lot of things right.
Yeah.
And yes, we're human. We're not perfect, right? So there's things we need to work on, of course, right? But when you're focusing on the 5 things that went wrong that day, instead of actually recognizing the 5,000 things that went right, you need to shift your focus, shift your mindset with that, because you are going to get nowhere if you're constantly dwelling and worrying and thinking about all of the negative things. The poor me attitude, right? That is an attitude that is a recipe for failure, because you're being victimized. You're not doing anything about it. You have to do something. You have to change. One thing that I think a whole bunch of things are coming to me from Grant.
Yeah.
But one thing that someone told him, it wasn't even him that said it, is, Grant, in order to change, you need to change.
Yeah.
Okay? It sounds so simple. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, go for it. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. So in order to change, you need to change.
Sorry.
So like, this is very important to know, because if you keep on moving through life frustrated and not knowing why things aren't working out for you, things keep on happening to you. Oh my gosh, right? That's because you're not changing. You're not willing to change. You're not having the courage to change. It doesn't take money to become wealthy on this planet, just so you know. It doesn't take money. It doesn't take more time, because we all have the same time. It doesn't take waiting till next year. It doesn't take waiting for a perfect moment. It takes courage. It takes courage. And recognizing your wins, acknowledging all of your wins, like we do in my accountability group, enables you to see all of the things that you are already doing right. And it is going to give you confidence. Like, wow, 2 years ago, I wasn't doing that right. 2 years ago, I was depressed. My goodness. Wow, I've come a long way.
Yeah.
But you don't recognize that ever. Why?
Wow.
So stop living everybody else's dreams and start living your own.
It just reminded me of something. I've never thought about it this way, but as you said, like, we're so busy celebrating someone else's win that we don't celebrate our own wins. Even like the fact that when someone posts something in social media, you say congratulations to them, you like the post, you DM them congratulating them. That's amazing. You're celebrating someone else. Well done. How about you? How are you celebrating yourself? Sometimes we give our energy to everyone else and we forget about our own, Celebrate you first. It's nothing is wrong with it. We were raised to say, oh my God, you cannot think about yourself. There is nothing wrong with think about yourself. Here is our what is it?
Order.
Our order. Thank you. Oh my gosh, my English is my second language. Okay,
yeah.
This is
English is her second language, and she's this good at it. I win.
Thank you. Yeah, I was not good at this. Like, I was not even good at. By the way, I didn't For those who don't know, I'm from the Middle East. I'm from Dubai, right? And until the age of 17, I was not speaking English very well, right? And then I had to go to college, and most universities in the UAE, you have to speak English. And I failed 6 times in the TOEFL exam. It's like an exam for your, to test your English. And I failed it 6 times. And I remember crying and, being a little baby about it, blah, blah, blah. But then again, it's something that it's a momentum, right? You keep hitting it, you keep celebrating it. What I wanted to say is that we keep the order for celebration, for putting yourself first is the following. First is God. Alex and I, we do this. For me, first is God. First, God is always first. No one comes before God. No one, right? God first, and then Maryam, and then Alex, and then everybody else. Because he's my companion. We are in this life together, not only because we are a married couple. We have a huge purpose. He has his purpose, I have my purpose. And we got together, our purpose is amplified, right? So I put God first, I put Maryam second, because if I cannot take care of Maryam, I cannot take care of Alex. And many of us, we do this the other way around. Like we put everybody, I hope you're putting God first, okay? But then again, you're not putting you put everybody else. You put your friend before you. You put your children before you. You put your husband before you, and then you keep yourself last. We spoke last week about self-worth. Self-worth means that you value yourself, not to the extent that you're being selfish, but you know that when you take care of yourself, you can take care of other people better.
100%. 100%. Yes.
All right, I have nothing else to say. I just want to mention the order here.
No, it's so true though. Like most of you messed that up, and it is honestly 100% my opinion, but I believe you're messing that up, because how are you supposed to help anybody if you're not helping yourself? Like, how are you supposed to actually help your family if you're depressed half the time? Yeah. How does that transfer to them? Yeah. Or if you're pissed off at your job, like you keep on going to the same job because you think you need to just be bringing home a paycheck, but really you're supposed to be somewhere else. But again, you don't have the courage to change yet. And yet, I say, if you keep on hanging around with us, you'll have the courage to change, I promise.
Yes, go.
Because we did this. We did this ourselves. We got out of those situations. Yeah. And you really need to change, okay? You need to change, because if you're not, you're going to stay depressed. You're going to stay stuck. You're going to stay in that same situation.
Wow.
Yes. So here's the thing. The third reason why you need to celebrate your wins is to inspire others. Okay, going back to your family I was just talking about, if you are inspiring others, your family, they are going to be higher energy and lift you up as well. You need to constantly be inspiring other people with your wins. An example, like a lot of people are inspired by us now, okay? But we never used to think about inspiring other people.
No.
And we would also want you to win too, but with inspiration itself, okay? Like, I didn't even think I had this in me to even be able to inspire all of you. I didn't actually know that it was even possible, because I thought so low of myself. I never acknowledged my wins. I never even thought about any wins in my life. I thought I was losing in every area. I didn't actually think about being grateful for what I do have and knowing that there is also more. I didn't think about any of that. So I was stuck. And I also wasn't changing, okay? But I didn't know that I had to change. Like, I didn't know it was actually possible. So when you are celebrating your wins, you are going to inspire other people. Like when you show a win, talk about a win, you are going to inspire other people. Except for the haters, okay? Except for the haters, but those people, you can't really control people, so don't worry about the haters, okay? They're gonna hate anyways.
Some of them could come around,
Yeah.
Yeah. But again, here's the thing: when you celebrate your wins, also, by the way, oh wow, when you celebrate your wins, I watched it the other day on social media. I just don't forget who this person is. It's not my own words, but
Steve Harvey?
No, not Steve Harvey. Someone else. I forgot his name. So he said that when you want to see who's with you or not, share your happy news. Share your wins with someone. And you will separate. You'll see the ones who really care for you and your success, and those who don't, who wish you bad. I'll give you an example, like our friend here, Wi-Fi William, who is the CEO of Purple Circle, powered by the way, Clear and Conquer Live, powered by Purple Circle. Guys, when we have a win and we share it with him, like we feel how excited for us. When he has a win and he shares it with us, he feels how excited we're for him because we care about each other's success. He inspires us when he wins, and we inspire him when we win, right? Be around winners, guys. Being around losers, they're gonna try to pull you down, right? Like, and again, for example, when I got my PhD, right? There were two groups of people. There are group I thought they're gonna congratulate me. I've known them for years. I didn't hear anything. And then I have people who are strangers. I don't know them. Oh my God, Maryam, it's amazing. You are inspiring us to go ahead for our higher education. You're inspiring us to open a business, right? You're inspiring us to find the right partner, right? So it's when you celebrate, you separate who is with you.
I like that.
And who's not with you. Wow. And there is nothing wrong with that. But again, be around the people who really genuinely care for you and for your success, because they will also win because you are winning. And that's in its own is a blessing.
100%. Yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome. When you inspire, when you win, you will separate.
When you celebrate,
when you celebrate, you separate. I like that.
This should be our motto for this whole
week. I like that. When you celebrate, you separate.
You separate. Again, many people like. By the way, guys, you don't need more than one situation.
Yeah.
To see what people are made of.
Yep.
You know them by their actions, right? Maryam, I don't know what is that person's intention. Yeah, you will not know the intention, but until they do something, small or big. Many people, I gave them in my life 20 chances, but they messed up from the first chance. Why did I have to repeat the same mistake over and over and over again, expecting a different result, which is again the definition of insanity. So when you celebrate, you separate. I love this. Let's go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead and share the next one.
Yeah. Number 4 on why you need to go ahead and you should celebrate your win, guys, is because it gives you the confidence that you can do more. It gives you the confidence that you can accomplish more. What do you mean, Maryam? Let's say that you want to go ahead and be a speaker, but you've never spoken on stages. You have a fear of speaking on stages. Maybe you know everything that you need to talk about, but then again, you're scared. And then you come and I mentor you and I say, go on Instagram Live this week. Like, Maryam, I cannot do it. I'm not like you. You go on Instagram Live like 5 times a day. I cannot do that. I'm like, yeah, just do it for like a minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. They go do it for 1 minute. And they come back. They're still alive. They're okay. Nothing is wrong with them. They are in one piece, right? But it's a win. And when you win in something that you have not done before, it gives you confidence that you can do more. Oh my God, the first time I did a presentation in my life, it was in college. It was in university. I was 17 and I did so bad. It was about the story of a dirham, which is the story of $1. I don't know if you have something like this. The journey of $1.
Yeah.
It comes from your pocket. You give it to the store. The store go buy some.
No, maybe not.
Anyways, they're different for another day. But that was and I was shaking and I was scared. But I knew it's something to do with my authentic self, which is maybe a topic for another day. That there is a vision that God showed me about me speaking. Okay, let's end it here. So I knew that this is something related to who I am. So when I first did it, I was scared. Second time, I was even more scared. And then as time goes by, I'm okay now. If someone calls me now and say, Maryam, I want you to come to speak at my conference, 20,000 people, I'm like, I'll be there this evening. It's because I have the confidence now. I have the confidence that I can do, and when you actually have the confidence that you can do something and you do it, you celebrate it. You celebrate that win. You say, oh my God, I celebrate the fact that I went on social media, first time ever. Great, go celebrate it. That is going to give you more momentum. Remember, number 1, momentum. The momentum will give you confidence that you can do more. So guys, celebrate. celebrate.
Yeah, and when you acknowledge these things, it's like it's a shot to your, like, acknowledging like where you're going, because again, a lot of times we're so lost in where we're going, and we think that we're doing all these things wrong, and a lot of times it's just simply forgetting that we're human. Like it's like we expect ourselves to be this perfect thing, right? And we expect to be like this person, but and sometimes when we don't get there, we're so hard on ourselves. And I agree, you should definitely be hard on yourself, but recognize what you have been doing, and you are definitely going to get a shot of confidence, because you're going to see, wow, I did that when I didn't think I actually could. I thought that that was impossible for me. And so many things in my personal life, for instance, even reading a book. Man, I always told myself I was terrible at reading. I didn't know how to read. I was bad at English. I was bad at comprehension. So I just never read books. And then one day I actually picked up a book and I'm like, well, let me try again here. Let me try one more time. And from there, I loved the book because it was actually something I was interested in. So I found out I actually wasn't bad at reading. I just was given things that I didn't want to read. Okay? It wasn't about me having a problem, even though I was told that I had a problem. I was told I had a comprehension problem at age 5, right? Little 5-year-old Alex was told he had something wrong with him right away. So that didn't help. But the point here is if I can overcome that challenge, what else can I overcome? And I got a massive amount of confidence. I just started reading a whole bunch of books. I was like, this is amazing. And this is someone's life that they've lived for 30 years, and I can read it in 3 hours. Wow. Like, I can gain all of this information. And then later on, I figured out that I can just go hire a mentor to move even faster. And that person's life in 30 years span, 40 years, 10 years, whatever it is, however old they are, is compressed into what they can help me with in that moment in about a minute or two. Okay, think about that. That's how you move with speed and confidence, is learning what you have overcome and learning how you overcame it and then repeating that.
Wow.
Okay, like you are going to get a massive amount of confidence if you realize you can pretty much get past any challenge.
Wow.
And once you start realizing that, you're going to be unstoppable. And you're going to be telling yourself that you're unstoppable.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Just by celebrating, guys. Just by celebrating.
Yeah.
The next point?
Absolutely. So, this is very important here, okay? Why should you celebrate your wins? Like, why should you be doing this? Okay? Like, we've gone through a lot already. There's a lot of information here, but this is a really important one as well. It's going to suffocate the negativity. Okay? It is going to, if the devil is there, if a distraction is there, if you had a terrible, terrible day and you really focus on celebrating the wins, okay? If you go and celebrate these things, you're going to suffocate the negativity. You're going to suffocate the devil. Devil doesn't like that either. But God does, okay? Because God's trying to show you something and you're not listening, okay? Maybe you're listening, but you're not doing. Okay, there's a difference between doing and listening, or doing and having, right?
Yeah.
All right, so when you do this, when you celebrate your wins, you suffocate the devil, you suffocate the negativity. There's no room for it anymore, because you are in a state, you're in a sense, if you know about frequencies and vibrations, you're vibrating at a very high frequency at that point, right? Like your frequency is just all the way through the roof.
Yes.
Okay, and when that happens, there is no room for depression, negativity, all of the negative things in your life, all of the bad things, the fear, the doubt, the criticism, the hate. And by the way, if you ever have a hater come in your life, you can use this as well. And literally just raise your frequency, basically, and there's going to be no room for them. They're not going to be able to enter. They're trying to enter, okay? They're trying to enter with that negativity, but suffocate it with your wins. And show them. Don't just tell them. Show them what you are. Okay, suffocate them. Suffocate their win, or the negativity, because there's no room for it in your life. Why do you allow that into your life? You're allowing people to dump a piece of garbage in your home. Like, you're allowing some of your friends, your family, some of your coworkers to take a garbage bag, come into your home, and dump it in there, and then they leave. Okay, so when you are like really focusing on all of the amazing things that you have already accomplished, and disclaimer, you're still shooting for something really big, by the way. Like, you're still going for that big target. You still need to work.
Of course, yeah.
But when you do this, it's going to completely suffocate the negativity.
Let's go.
Let's go.
We're talking about celebration to celebrate, celebration to separate, and celebration to suffocate. Oh my God, the haters, they are not here to be. By the way, again, the hate is, again, we got the Uncle G a lot today. I mean, I feel we're gonna see him very soon.
Yeah.
It's he says like
I'm gonna see him this weekend, I believe.
Sure he's going to the scale and leadership workshop with Cardon Ventures in Tennis HQ. I'm helping people find their purpose this weekend. So we're busy this weekend. I hope you are busy as well, because this is also a celebration when you go ahead and help someone for their lives to get better.
100%.
I was saying something. You celebrate to...
It's been quoting Grant a lot. We're going to see
Yeah. So there's one, thank you. So there's one quote by Grant Cardone says that, hate is another form of admiration. So when you celebrate your wins and you feel like some haters hate on your success, that's another form of admiration. It's energy. You might as well use that energy, when we post certain things on social media, when we celebrated our marriage. Oh my God. Remember that there was one photo that of me and Alex kissing. It was very cute, but it was, it was like a romantic picture by the sunset, and it was like kinda darkish, so you barely know if it's Alex or Maryam, right?
And a 10-second context to that: in her culture, we're not supposed to be kissing in a photo.
Yeah,
okay. Just the context.
Yes, thank you.
For those of you that
thank you. Know. That's why he's my better half. You put context. Sometimes I forget about the context of the story. Thank you. So I remember that photo was the most shared photo of all time in the history of my Instagram. Right? Why? Because I thought not all of it from people who love me. It was a lot of people who I didn't know that they hate to see me celebrating something like that. Call it culture, call it like, not happy for me, just me marrying someone who's not from my own people, right? Which is again a topic for another day. But again, the idea is it's celebration. Celebration makes the haters work up their emotions and share I'm like, Alex, look, and share and save, and that's our stats went up in February.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Our stats went, I'm like, okay, I just shared a picture of me getting married. There's no more there's a lot of people who view, look at this, guys, look at this. When you share a win, there is a lot of people who view, but not everybody likes. When you go put a reel out there, look at it. When you put a reel out there and maybe it has 200,000 views, but it has 10,000 likes. What does that say? That many people watch, but they're not celebrating you. But there are people who take the time to like, congratulations, and that's again, it shows you like when you actually, I love this, Alex.
Yeah,
when you celebrate, you actually suffocate the devil. The devil cannot come between you and your win unless you allow him. But again, we are around the great people like you guys who are watching us live here. So thank you so much. Or watching the archive. You're celebrating, you're suffocating the devil. Literally, that's what you're doing.
And we appreciate the haters too, by the way, because that is energy. So thank you. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Go ahead. That's mine.
No, it's me.
Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes I do this to Alex. He's more systematic than me. I'm like, Alex is like, Maryam, we don't have this thing. You cannot. Like, for example, let's go live. He's like, your phone is dead. It's gonna die. How are you going live right now? Alive in the house of the Dustables.
That's right.
Okay, so number six, and why you should be celebrating your win. You realize it's not about perfection. It's about the progress that you make. So again, it's very similar to the second point where we talked about, going ahead and tracking your accomplishment. When you go to see how much you progressed, you say, you know what? I don't need to be perfect here. Accomplishing a goal doesn't mean that, if, for example, you want to build a house, it's gonna take it 5 years, and you are on year 1, and they are barely digging they made the hole, like there's barely. what do you call when they
The foundation.
there's a
The hole.
there's something there's a word like when you put the
Shovel.
when they put the first when they dig the foundation first time, when they put what they say put the
breaking ground.
Breaking ground. Oh my gosh. See, English is my second language. Okay, so when, for example, you say, "Oh my God, I want to open, buy, like, build this house. It's gonna take me 5 years, but we barely broke ground to this in the past 6 months." Good, you broke ground. Progress, not perfection. Progress, not perfection. That's the idea. Well done, right? So you see, like when you are actually celebrating, or when you celebrate the progress, right? It's the little steps that you need to do. That's why when we do in Alex's accountability group, if you're not in his, you should. Of course, we start with purpose, and then after purpose, and then you have missions, and then you have goals, and then you have targets. The targets could be small things that you do every single day, every single week, every single month, quarterly, twice a year, whatever it is. But again, it gets you closer to the thing that you need to accomplish in your life, right? And these needs to be celebrated because it's progress toward the bigger goal that you wanna go ahead and accomplish.
Yeah, for sure. And a lot of you get stuck in the perfectionist thing. I know for myself that I still sometimes actually do, to be 100% transparent, but I don't anywhere near as much as I used to. I used to get very stuck in the perfection side of things. And I was like, why isn't the house built yet? Like Miriam was talking about. Well, Alex, you just broke the foundation, broke ground with the foundation. So you haven't even poured the concrete yet. So here's the thing. You need to be clipping and executing every single day to build the house that you want to build. And this house is your life. Like this is your life that we're talking about. It's not just like it's one thing. And then after you build the house needs to be maintained. Okay, so you need to have things to supplement it. You need people around you to be cherishing that house. If people are constantly breaking the windows on the house, which you usually allow people to do in your own house, okay? If people are constantly knocking down the door and trashing the place, bringing garbage in there, how do you think the house is going to be? You're not going to really want to live in it anymore. But you are allowing people to enter into these situations. And you're also yourself trying to be perfect at the same exact time.
Yeah.
It is a losing formula. You are not going to get very far thinking that everything has to be perfect. So expect challenges, expect setbacks, but really truly aim for bigger ones. And when I say progress, not perfection, I am telling you it is about progress, not perfection. And so many of you are like, wow, I still don't know why this isn't working for me. Okay, good. Thank you for telling me that. I appreciate that. But here's the thing. What have you accomplished this week? What have you done? What have you done to move towards your goals? If you actually think about it, you are going to be able to find things.
Let's go.
Now, another disclaimer, it does not mean just sit at home and do nothing if you accomplish 3 things, right? It does not mean to get comfortable and relax. It means to keep moving forward and realize that you're actually moving towards your target with all of the hard work that you're doing.
Yes.
Okay? And it is about the progress you are making towards that big goal. And even bigger than that, your purpose. All right? Yeah. So keep on moving forward. Like, refuse not to move forward. And it's all about progress, not perfection. Yes. So here's the thing. We have talked about why it is important to celebrate your wins. Okay. All of these things are very important on why. Now, the next thing we want to show you is ways that we celebrate our wins. Now, we have listed a few of them. We are not going to go through all 500 of them, right? There's a lot of ways you can do it. But these are the main ways that we celebrate the bigger targets that we have hit, such as helping a bigger corporation, like closing a corporation like that we have helped, such as getting married, right? That's a bigger target. It is not our purpose to get married though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a difference. It's things like that that are bigger targets that we have hit. And what we do to celebrate is specifically a social gathering. One of the reasons, or one of the ways, is a social gathering with our inner circle, specifically our inner circle. Okay. Because if we're allowing everybody that didn't help us, were hating on us, and we invite the whole neighborhood that had no support of us, like they weren't supporting us at all, then you're going to bring that negativity back in. You're going to lose some momentum.
Yeah.
So we specifically celebrate our wins with our inner circle and the people that truly are helping us, right? Like the people that are truly supporting us, like William. William is a very good example. We go celebrate with William, the founder of Purple Circle here. And the reason that we do that is because he has actually been supporting us and nurturing us like unconditionally, right? And to go out and celebrate that is a big deal, because if you did something that you didn't think you could actually do, maybe, right? You want to go and celebrate that, acknowledge it. So this is one of the ways that we go and celebrate.
That's beautiful, Alex. And again, as you mentioned, like when you celebrate, guys, I mean, I always say, like, especially if it's something you think it's small, but for example, when we got married, right? When we got married, we celebrated with a small group of people. We didn't invite everyone who doesn't. Some people, I'm gonna tell you guys, sometimes we are so nice. We want to celebrate with everyone, but here's the thing, guys: not everybody needs to be in your inner circle.
Mhm.
It's not like a party. It is for the ones who actually care, you know. And those who've been supporting you all along are not the same as people who just want to support you because you won.
Mhm.
And they doubted you all along, right?
Yep.
So there is a saying that says, I mean, I always say this in Arabic. I'm trying to say it in English now. Those who didn't support you during your hardships those who doesn't support, oh my gosh, those who didn't support you in your hardships doesn't deserve to be with you at your victory. Okay, when you're celebrating, they doesn't deserve to be there. They can watch, but they cannot be there, because what's the point? Why are you bringing someone who didn't wish you well, who doubted you? You know, there is no point. Celebrate with those who really care for you. So that's, again, I just wanted to add context into that.
Yeah, no, 100%. The people that care for you, exactly. And it's okay to like acknowledge people that are like pretending to be there, but just realize the people that have been with you along the journey. That's really the lesson here, is who has actually been supporting you when times were really bad and times are really good, both situations. Because you will find, like, if you lose everything, you will find out who the true people really are,
right,
if that were to happen. But a lot of times we're surrounded with a lot of fakeness, and people are pretending to do something because of their own reasons, like they want something from you or whatever it might be, right? And that's just not okay. So realize right now, if you're on the come up, who is actually supporting you? Like, who is actually supporting you? Your business, yourself, your spirituality, your confidence. Like, who is pushing you back up instead of pulling you back down?
Let's go.
Right?
I love that. And just be mindful of them, recognize them, thank them, even write their names if you recall, because some people might help you on one thing and maybe you never see them again, but they actually help you in something. Maybe they get busy or something, but that doesn't mean that they don't want to go ahead and help you some more.
Yes.
Okay, the second way you could celebrate, and again, guys, these are some of the ways. They don't have to be the way. Again, it's up to you how you guys are doing this. The second way you could celebrate is simply as taking a quick, short, half-day, one-day trip to a nearby city, right? To a nearby city. I remember when I get my master's in 2014, I went with a group of friends and we went to celebrate in a city in UAE called El Fujairah. It's a beautiful mountain area with like the sea and I'll take you there when we go to Dubai, inshallah. Yes. So it's like the sea, and that was beautiful resort, and then it was overlooking the mountains. It was so beautiful. It was a quick, like, one-day trip, you know. And it was just something to refresh, you know, something to go ahead and accomplish. And it could be like a quick thing. It doesn't have to be something luxury. You can go as luxury as you want, but think about it. Do not celebrate. Now here is the thing. Do not celebrate something that doesn't deserve that celebration. What do I mean by that? You close someone for $1,000 this week. Don't go to Miami downtown and blow it during the weekend. Mariam told me to celebrate. Mariam told you to celebrate with something related to that meal. If you closed 100K this week, or you closed 1 million this week, or 2 million, or 5 million, did something big, do something bigger. The celebration should be as big as the win. Your celebration actually should be as big as the production. How much did you produce? That's how you celebrate. You know. So again, let's say you want to go to a nice resort. It depends how nice it is. How much did you make? What are you going to be celebrating there? How much are you going to be spending there? And again, just knowing about it shows you like how much you want it. Like you again, not making $1,000 and then going to stay for a resort for that cost you $2,000 a night. You know, that's not celebration. That's called being stupid.
Yes,
that's what it is.
100%. And you should have all of this planned out. Like if you hit this target, what is going to be the reward, right? Because then you start looking for that reward. Like you're going to be more excited about that reward. You're going to be more confident and excited to push through the challenges that you have to do to even hit that target in the first place.
Right.
Like for example, if you close a $150,000 deal, let's say, and you want to reward yourself with a $50,000 trip, that's not very smart. But if you want to do something like go out for dinner or go on that trip, or the first thing that we said, which is a social gathering, like you could even make it into, if you own a business, a networking party, right? To celebrate that. And then you are going to meet more people. Like you can make this very meaningful and very intentional, but plan it out so you are going to know what the reward is going to be when you hit that target. Like we have all of this planned out. For example, once we hit $80 million in revenue in our business, we are going to get the jet.
Yes.
Okay. Specifically, Bombardier 8000 Globo.
It's
gold, brown with a dark interior. We have it all planned out. And that is going to be really for saving more time. So it is actually very intentional. Like a jet shouldn't just be to go get a jet. You want to use it to save time. You don't have to spend any more time at the airport. You can bring your kids anywhere. You can bring your family. You can give people an experience that they probably will never ever get in their life.
Yeah.
And those are the ones that really inspire me, is getting those things so I can give people an experience that they might never ever get in their entire life.
Or
like that is cool.
Or inspire them to have that.
Inspire them to have it. Exactly.
It's one of the other things what you celebrate, right?
Yeah.
Inspire them, because maybe some people will never have it, but then some people will be like, how did they get it? You want to get it too. You know?
Yes. 100%.
We're going to get it too. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So that's just an example. That's a big example, right? That's a big target that we're hit. It's a target, by the way. But it's an example, and it could be something as simple, like I said, $150,000 contract. You close that. What do? Like, how are you going to reward yourself in a smart way? Don't do the 50,000 or maybe even 5,000, right? Do something. It can be something very intentional, very small, because here's the thing. A lot of you are probably told money doesn't make you happy. That is true, but you can be happy existing in any situation. So it can be something inexpensive. It can be something expensive, but make sure it is planned and intentional, because the more intentional that you are, the more results you are going to get. Those who don't have a plan wind up not accomplishing very much, because piss poor plan gives you a piss poor performance, is what the saying is.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Piss poor planning is piss poor performance, basically. It's one of those sayings out there that are very, very true, because if you don't plan, you're going to have a bad performance.
Wow.
Yeah.
Insane. Thank you for that. I didn't hear it before. Is there a third? Okay. Another way is the third reason for you to go ahead. A third way that we do is could be a simple dinner. As a recent example, like when I got my PhD, and then my beautiful friend Alejandra, she also graduated from an amazing program, and we didn't get the chance to celebrate both of us. So what we did is that our beautiful gentleman next to us, like Alex here,
yes,
and Julian, who is Alejandра's fiance, we planned a day at the beach. We went there. It was a windy day, it doesn't matter. But we went there and we celebrated each other, and we sat there with them, because those are the people who... No, stop with my hair today. I don't know even how to... Never mind. There it is. Okay, sorry.
You look amazing. You really do.
Appreciate that.
Yes.
It's like, so we want to celebrate that. We want to celebrate it, and it was with a group of people. It could be something very simple, guys, but yet you need to celebrate something that you accomplished. Of course, I'm going to be celebrating my PhD. Come on, you know. It could be something as simple as that, or it could be something like a party I did last year as well here in Miami, where we invited a lot of people into it as well.
Yeah, 100%. And the point here that Miriam's making is she had a plan. Once she did the PhD, she was going to go celebrate. And again, PhD is a target. You might think that it's a goal, but if you do, you might want to check out some of the things that I do so you can separate these things.
It's just a target, by the
Yes.
way. PhD is not a goal.
Yes,
it's a target, you know, related to my goal, that is add value to myself so I can add value to others, linked to my growth development mission that is related to my purpose. And this is what we guys help you with if anyone needs help with that.
Yeah, it's basically like something that everything leads to your purpose. And if you want more information, just reach out to us. We won't get into that today.
Yeah.
But another way that you can reward yourself is rewarding yourself with something that you love, right? A lot of us are told money doesn't buy you happiness. That is true, 100%. I agree. But here's the thing. If you don't have anything to work for, if you don't have goals, you aren't going to be excited about life. Right. Elon Musk said this. You have to have something you are excited about in the future. Otherwise, what's the point of living? That's what he said. Okay, he finds things to be more excited about the future. He's the richest person in the world. Okay, I want to find something else to be excited about. Good, I'm the richest person in the world, whatever. Right? He's like, okay. He doesn't actually really even care. In fact, his house is a $50,000 house.
Yeah.
Right? But he's looking to go to Mars now because he's very excited about that. It's not for, like, it is for humanity, but it's also for himself too, some gratification. So he has targets that he needs to hit now in order to get that. Okay, that's a very big version, but you can do this on any scale. And you need to obviously start on a gradient scale on the lower side of things, because if you keep on like waiting to hit one target, which is to get the jet, right? Or whatever it is for you, the mansion, whatever you like, right? A house for your mom, that might be a little bit, maybe it's tomorrow, could be, but you want to have targets along the way, right? And obviously, like Miriam said, don't go out and blow all your money every single weekend at the bar, right? But you definitely need to celebrate, because if you don't, you're going to lose some excitement. You're going to be like, why am I doing this again? Yeah. Like, what am I even working for here?
Right.
Like, you have to have specific things in place to actually be excited. Like, oh yeah, that's right. I'm working to go out with dinner with my friends, and we actually envision this, which is going to be amazing. It's going to be right by the beach in a very high-end restaurant with all of my really close friends, and every single time I hang out with them, it's such a great time. So I'm so excited for that. And you know what? That's actually worth pushing through this little challenge that I'm facing right now.
That's amazing. I hope that you guys are taking something from here, because here's the thing. We are halfway through 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Alex is sure, and I'm sure that you guys accomplished something. Maybe you didn't get to what you want. Maybe you even kind of ignore your goals. But again, it doesn't mean that you didn't accomplish anything in the past 6 months, right? And if there is anything we can help you guys to accomplish your goals, let us help you. We have different programs. We have the group accountability. We have the private accountability. We have purpose sessions that is coming. The next one is coming this upcoming weekend. For those who want to find their definite purpose in life, we have different ways to help you guys, right? Because here's the thing. We don't want to only talk about celebration or inspiration here. We want you guys to take this information and do something with it. Many people, they show up in our lives and free events all the time, but their life is the same. But because they're not investing in execution. What's the point of us giving you these points and you're not actually taking it to do something? So one thing I want you guys to do now is to go ahead and reflect in the past 6 months. What did you accomplish? Nothing, Mariam. Oh, trust me, you did. If you go ahead to the past 6 months and see how much you accomplished, write it down. For example, something as I fasted 30 days in Ramadan. Okay, great. But then what was the result of fasting? Did they bring you closer to God? Because the idea of fasting, for example, you fasted, you didn't say any bad word for 30 days. And then what did you do in May and June? Did you gossip about people, or did you keep that momentum that Ramadan gave you? And it's stuff like that. If you're like after Ramadan, 2 months after Ramadan, you're doing great, well done, congratulations on that. If not, maybe you need to revisit that and say, how can I be more considerate of other people? How can I accomplish that other goal that I couldn't accomplish since the beginning of January? So it's all about reflection, guys. In reflection, that you learn. That's it.
100%. And it's so important to acknowledge these things. And I promise you, once you start doing that, you're gonna realize how much you are winning at life. Like you are winning, I promise you. It's just that maybe you're like me and I used to think I was a loser at everything. Like there's if you keep on thinking like that, by the way, you're gonna move towards that as well. So just realize these things, recognize these things, and that is all we have for you guys today. Like, this was a pleasure to be able to talk to you guys about this, because we didn't know these things for ourselves. So that's why we love to share it with you, because as a mentor of yours, we want to help accelerate your growth journey. We don't want you to struggle through these things. Like I mentioned earlier, when you do things like this, when you keep on moving towards these goals and listening to people that have already done it, then you're going to be able to move through life faster in an accelerated way and win even more, get even more results.
Let's go.
So join us again next Tuesday. We go live every single Tuesday at noon Eastern and 8 p.m. UAE time to provide value for all of you and see how we can help you accelerate your growth.
Love that. Go ahead and celebrate, guys. Celebrate your wins. You deserve it. You've come a long way. You still have a lot of things to do. Accomplish where you are. Celebrate where you are to know exactly where you're going to be headed.
Love that.
Thank you guys for joining us. See you next week.
See ya. Bye.